Welcome back, everybody, to the South Carolina Gamecocks revamped dynasty here in Season 5. The Gamecocks are projected currently to finish third in the SEC East. We are behind Oklahoma and Missouri, and today we have the pleasure of taking on the Florida State Seminoles in the Chick-fil-A kickoff game. They are led by senior quarterback A.J. Duffy, who last year put up 17 touchdowns and 6 interceptions and right around 1,700 passing yards with a good QBR. He had 112.2 QBR overall, and rushing-wise, he also added 3 touchdowns on the ground. But do not underestimate backup sophomore Steven Turner. He had a rough freshman season. He had to come in for a few games, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, but Turner is still a very talented runner, and I do expect to see him in some way, shape, or form. The Seminoles are going to have to rely on their veteran running backs, though. Rodney Hill, around 1,200 yards last year, 7 touchdowns for his career. Eric Meadows, also a junior running back. He had about 700 yards last year and 9 touchdowns. They have a very, very experienced backfield, whereas us, after losing Lavacia Carroll, we do not have that much experience in the backfield, so it's going to be interesting to see the bit of the contrast there between an experienced running back and a younger rookie, basically a guy that has not had a starter mentality for his career, as we see a couple other important pieces for Florida State. Ken Phillips, the junior strong safety, had a good year last year. He's got 123 tackles on his career. That is a very impressive stat, as well as 3 interceptions. He leads the team there, but they also have a good linebacker. Omar Graham is a very good coverage linebacker, and we're going to get ready now to head down to the field. The Seminoles are led by Mike Norvell still. They have not had as much of success in recent seasons, but they're looking to start out Season 5 on a good start, and they do that with the wheel route to Eric Meadows. 24 yards on the first play of the game, and the Seminoles offense is going to get to go early now. They're going to bring a man in motion. Duffy's going to go to Rodney Hill, and he's stuffed in the backfield. The veteran Donovan Westmoreland, recently awarded a preseason All-American, and he is looking to show out in the Chick-fil-A game. The kickoff game, Duffy now is going to go to Rodney Hill. It's going to be a fake. Duffy muscling his way forward, and he breaks into the open field and down inside Carolina territory. A 26-yard run, a highlight reel run for senior A.J. Duffy. He's going to now throw it. It's a 2nd and 13. Duffy's got Donaldson underneath, but Marcus Donaldson's got nowhere to go. 4 yards on the catch. That's going to bring them back to a 3rd and 10, maybe 4-down territory to set a statement. Duffy wants to throw under pressure, hits Rodney Hill, and they gain 4. Right in that no man's land, they're going to decide to just go ahead and settle for the field goal. Turner's going to hold it, and it is up, and it is good, as we are now going to get our first studio update of the year. Utah State upsets their in-state rival Utah. The Utes are going to fall 17 points there on game 1. Now we see the Gamecocks offense. Braden Davis is going to dump it off to Hammond to start the day, and Brandon Hammond, the new starting running back, has nowhere to go. 3rd and 9 now to start the day. Davis wants to throw, and it's a miscommunication. Davis has his man open, and if he keeps running upfield, that's a 1st down, but instead the receiver runs the wrong route and cuts inside, and the Seminoles will get the ball back, but A.J. Duffy is not going anywhere. That's going to bring them a 3rd and long now. Trying not to go 3 and out. Duffy wants to throw, has his man open, but it's incomplete. He had him open for a split second. The pass was just off the mark. So our defense gives us another chance to get back into this one. 1st and 10. Hammond, not a good start to his starting career. It's a 2-yard loss. Larry Randall unblocked up the middle. It was a late block there at the last second to try and get him to stop, but it was not good enough. We're going to have a 2nd and 12 now. Davis looking to throw. Gets his first connection up the field to Chris Dobzinski for 16. Make it 15, actually, but a 1st down nonetheless. 2nd and 10 now. Braden Davis looking to go outside to Brendan Hammond. Hammond's got a nice run and after the catch, and it's a 1st down of 16 yards. The running back, a nice job using his acceleration to get outside of the blockers there. Now 2nd and 6. Braden Davis is intercepted, and it's an early turnover for the Gamecocks. We had not had that in the plan, obviously. John Harris jumps up and snags it. It was intended for Scott Hall, the veteran tight end. Davis just led him too far inside. If he had thrown that up and out, that's a first down, maybe even a touchdown. We're going to see A.J. Duffy now run into traffic, and it's a 2-yard loss. So this Gamecock defense trying their best to keep them in the game. 2nd and 12 now. It's going to be a pass play again. Duffy again runs right into the arms of Cole Robinson this time. Or Jamal Wilson, excuse me. I thought that was Cole Robinson that wore 94, but I stand corrected. 3rd and 15 now. Duffy wants to throw, looking to go deep downfield. And the coverage, and it should have been picked off. Nick Emanawari, the senior, he has been here his entire college career. He drops that one. We're now in the 2nd quarter starting this drive. 1st and 10 is going to be a pass to Landon Sampson, and it's a first down on the curl route, as that is a nice pitch and catch. 2nd and 10 for Carolina. We're lining up in the shotgun. It's going to be a run to Hammond. Hammond cuts the zone back, and it's a nice, good run there on 2nd down. Makes it a 3rd and very short. He has not had a lot of yardage here in this first half, but he's still trying to get going. 1st and 10. Davis looking for the end zone, and it should have been intercepted again. Landon Sampson was the intended target, I believe, but he was well out of bounds. And now they have a 3rd and 9. Davis steps back, wants to throw on the middle, and it's caught and dropped. Scott Hall had a hand on it, but a good job by the Seminoles defense to break that one up, and we'll have to settle for a field goal to tie it up 3-all. And another update here from the studio. Vanderbilt leading the 21st ranked Longhorns 21-14 there early in the 2nd quarter. That one could still change drastically, but that is a big shock there in week 1 as A.J. Duffy is stuffed. Gonna call him A.J. Stuffy here after this one. That is a 3-yard loss. Cole Robinson wraps him up and puts him down. 3rd and 9 now for the Florida State. It's gonna be a pass. Duffy outside, and it could have been intercepted. Oh man, Quad Banks was there just a little too late, but he still gets a hand onto it, and now it's a punt back to Carolina. Now 1st and 10. Davis is gonna give it off to Sampson on the jet sweep. Couldn't get anything. They did a nice job of sealing the edge and forcing him back inside. Now Davis is going to play action. It's going to be a sack. 9-yard loss, and he is under pressure immediately. He is injured for at least a play. So Johnny King has to come in for Braden Davis. 3rd and 18. King's going to find DJ Long, and he's got the first down. A clutch pitch and catch there from Johnny King, but Braden Davis is healthy enough to come back in the game. We're going to see him hand it off to Hammond, and a 2-yard run gives them the first down later on that drive. It is now 1st and 10 right on the midfield marker, maybe a few yards past. Davis is going to go to the screen. Brandon Robinson, nice blocking. Nobody's going to catch him at the 10, at the 5, and it's a touchdown. Brandon Robinson, the speed receiver, finally getting free on one of those screen plays. Excellent blocking up the field. As you can see, Braden Davis delivers it on time. Good blocking by the O-lineman. And that at that point, it was just nothing but green grass in front of Brandon Robinson. And he has a touchdown. The first touchdown of the year for us this season. 2nd and inches is where we'll pick up, though, with the Seminoles. It's a fake screen. He's got an open man downfield. Not quite sure how Marcus Donaldson got open, considering there were 3 defenders around him. But it is now a 2nd and 7. Duffy's going to hand it off to Hill. Hill's got the nice 2-yard run, but he's immediately just stuffed. He has 3 carries for 8 yards. He has not been able to get going. It's now going to be a sack. He had the screen wide open, but Duffy could not turn around to get rid of it. Justin Malone and this defensive line is feasting right now. We're going to look at the Gamecocks offense again. Braden Davis running this time out of bounds. He's lit up at late. Should have been a penalty. Now 1st and 10. Davis is sacked again. That one's an 11-yard loss. We are now under a minute in the first half. Davis is going to hand it off to Hammond. He's got a nice run on 3rd down. And oh man, so close to the first down. 17 yards. Norvell is going to call the timeout. Steven Turner is in now for the Seminoles here late in this half, looking to see if his arm can have the talent, or maybe his legs. Turner's got a nice run of about 23, so they're setting up for a long field goal to end the half, and it is good. as that is a 10-6 ball game to start the third quarter. We're going to give it to Hammond to start this quarter. Brandon Hammond's got a first down, bouncing off a few tacklers, and it's a 9-yard run on first down. Now we're going to give it back to him on second down. Man, he does not go down easy once he gets those legs turning. Now 1st and 10, Ryan Clayton now in the game. It's going to be a read option to Braden Davis, breaking the tackle. Davis down the field trying to spin, but he's wrapped up around the 41. A good read option. Davis yanks it at the last second, does a nice job. Can't outrun the D lineman on the edge, but he does a good job of breaking the tackle. And now a 2nd and 10 later on the drive. Hammond's going to get it, or Brandon Robinson's going to get it from Braden Davis. That's an 11-yard catch and run off of the drag route. 2 catches for Brandon Robinson, 59 yards, 1st and 10. Davis goes to Hammond. Nice blocking. Good run for Brandon Hammond. He is getting those legs going here late in this game, or in this second half, I should say. It's now a 2nd and 10. Davis going to go outside, and it's picked off. Not what you wanted in the red zone. You at least wanted a field goal after this drive, and that is a tough blow for this Carolina offense. We are not looking good to start this second half. A drive all the way down the field. And then Braden Davis, just a bad pass, a bad decision. Even if it was a good pass, likely would have been an incomplete pass, best case scenario. And now they're going to go to Rodney Hill, who is slung down. So at least we know this defense is going to be here. No joke. They are not playing around. They now have a 3rd and 11, and oh my goodness, what a play call by Mike Norvell. A draw on 3rd and 11. Gives it right back to us on offense. 2nd and 4, Brandon Hammond muscling forward. He's going to get 3. They're going to mark him at a 3rd and 1 now. Davis is going to fake the fullback dive. It's going to be a pitch to Hammond, and he's lit up in the backfield. A 4-yard loss. So we're going to see the Seminoles deep inside their own territory. It's going to be a play action. Duffy outside. It is into coverage, and it's caught. That is Marcus Donaldson. A 16-yard catch in coverage. Now Duffy's going to go to Eric Meadows, who is muscled backwards. Nothing on the play. He started stumbling. They're going to give him forward progress for whatever reason. And a 3rd and 8 now. Duffy steps around. He is sacked. Holding on to it for way too long. Rory Patrick, you had to admit it was only a matter of time before he gets another sack. He is still building on that record for most sacks in a career. Every one he has this season and next year will be a built-on record there. Now as we give it to Hammond on first down, he's got a 3-yard gain and a nice job there on first down. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 though. Braden Davis, play action, wants to throw, let go of it too late. He's going to have to run for it. Davis lets go at the last second, and Scott Hall's got a first down. A nice job. You don't get complacent when you're in zone. You just have to run to the open spot of the field, and Scott Hall does a good job of finding it and making the grab now as we're right around a minute left in this third quarter, getting to crunch time. The Gamecocks are going to give it off to Hammond. Hammond bouncing and muscling for 5 yards. He is a very, very physical runner as we see a burst of speed to the outside this time. Brandon Hammond's got 8 yards and a first down. As now Davis under center. Don't see that very often. Across the middle, Scott Hall pushing forward. Can't get in. And a goal line situation again. 1st and goal turns to 2nd and goal. 9 seconds left. Clayton looking for the edge. Can't get there. The speedster in his 2nd year is stuffed. And the Gamecocks on 3rd and goal. Gonna run it with Clayton. Can't get in again. The Seminoles stand strong, and now it is a 4th and goal. Head coach Belak Memes is going to take the field goal as we now go back to the studio here in Vanderbilt, holding on to a 1-point lead. Running back Betts Pauley for the Commodores has 208 total yards, and A.J. Swan 210 yards, a touchdown through the air, only 4 incompletions as they are looking to upset the Longhorns. Eric Duffy's going to go to Hicks in the backfield. It's going to be a nice grab and a nice tackle after the play. A.J. Duffy now going to pitch it to Rodney Hill. 2nd and 3. He's got the first down and then some. Rodney Hill brought down after 14 yards, and they have an injury, though, at the end of that play. It's going to be a run now for Eric Duffy, and it's going to be a or A.J. Duffy. It's going to be a 2nd and 12 now. 2nd and 17 after a false start. Duffy, though, gets the first down and then some, or gets close to the first down, I should say. It's now a 3rd and 3. Much more manageable. Duffy's going to go to Hill, and he's stuffed. So a 4th and 1. Pretty much the game here with 5.5 minutes left. Eric Meadows in the backfield. A.J. Duffy keeps it himself. A lot of space, and he breaks the tackle. Duffy down to the 5. Markham at the 4. A 29-yard run for the mobile quarterback. It was supposed to be a pitch play. Everybody went to the running back, and he just kept it himself. Broke a tackle up midfield, and now a 1st and goal scenario for the Seminoles. They need a touchdown. Duffy's going to hand it off to Hill. Nowhere to go. Rodney Hill is brought down in the backfield. They have 3rd and goal now. They are 0 of 8 on 3rd downs. Duffy looking to throw under the middle. It's caught by Hill, and it's a touchdown. Rodney Hill, the running back, being guarded by a linebacker. And just like that, the Seminoles tied up with about 4.5 minutes remaining. Duffy, a good job to stand there, look around, survey the field, and find his running back wide open for the touchdown underneath. And they hit the extra point, so it is now a 1st and 10 tie game for us. 1st and 10 passes. Good to DJ Long. A nice job of getting open. He gets upended, but still a good job. Braden Davis now on 1st and 10. The screen was nowhere to be found, but he can't let go of it. Would have been an interception, so honestly, the sack is the best case scenario there. 2nd and 17 now, as both of these defenses refuse to give up. Braden Davis goes outside to Clayton. Clayton's spin move can't get much more. No blocking up the field. Now a 3rd and 12. Davis goes to Robinson. Nothing to going there. Off the inside screen on the receiver there. And the Seminoles will get it back. 1st and 10 here at around their own 7-yard line. It's going to be a run. It's going to be a pitch option. Duffy's going to pitch it outside. Last second, and Hill. Nobody between him and the end zone. Rodney Hill is chasing him down as the secondary safety, Spencer, and he gets him at the 1. Rodney Hill, 92 yards. They had A.J. Duffy bottled up, and he got out of there just long enough to pitch it back to Rodney Hill. And the Seminoles, a last-second chance here. Eric Meadows punches it in, and it's a touchdown for Florida State. They are going to take a 20-13 lead here with about 2.5 minutes left. Ryan Clayton, a nice run, as Brandon Hammond suffered a minor injury there earlier in the 3rd quarter, so he will not be returning to this one. 2nd and 4, Davis steps, fires to DJ Long, caught. Nice blocking, but he's upended after 20 yards. 1.5 minutes now for the Gamecocks offense. 2nd and 7. Davis takes the snap, wants to throw under pressure, finds Dobzinski, a 1st down, pushing his way forward. It is now a 2nd and 10. Larry Randall, a nice job. Braden Davis running out of the pocket under a minute, fires into coverage, and it's caught. Bill Benson, the receiver, converted to 3rd-string running back because of red shirts and injuries, makes a nice grab as he is in coverage, and just a good job of holding on to it as we are now in Seminole territory inside the red zone. Davis, under a minute remaining. It's a play action. Wants to go to the air, to the end zone. Looking, firing, and it's incomplete. Quentin Beck was covered well by John Harris. And now a 3rd and 10. You do not want to go to 4th down. Braden Davis steps around, fires to the outside. Dobzinski can't stay in bounds. So just 2 yards and a 4th and 8. For the game, Braden Davis all alone, no pressure brought. It's going to be a pass to Quentin Beck, and it's caught. Touchdown, Quentin Beck off of the double move, and he gets open at the last second. A gutsy throw by Braden Davis. He was not open when he threw it, but Beck finds a way to work free, and now it is all on the Seminoles, either overtime or a last-second field goal. Duffy's going to run for it. A questionable call. They do have 3 timeouts still, but still, with only 20 seconds left, you do not want to run this. 3rd and 18 for the Seminoles now. Don't give our offense another chance. Duffy steps up, fires. It's caught by Downing, and Ryan Downing is brought down after 14 yards. They're going to give the Gamecocks a chance to Hail Mary it here late in the fourth quarter. No time remaining. Braden Davis slings it as far as he can, and it is deflected and intercepted. A promising pass there ends up being intercepted. So that's really 3 interceptions, but don't count that against Braden Davis. That one was on a Hail Mary, as we are going to get our chance on defense initially, as the Seminoles will have the ball to start the overtime period. Rodney Hill is going to go from A.J. Duffy, a 5-yard run, and now it is a 3rd and 4 for the Seminoles. Duffy with Hill to his left, looking to throw, under pressure, running around, fires, caught, and a 4th and inches set up. The Seminoles, interesting for Norvell here. They're going to play it conservative. I would have went for that in my opinion, but they're going to take the field goal, and now all we have to do is score a touchdown, as we see Vanderbilt upset the Longhorns, as Betts Pauley finishes the day with 240 all-purpose yards, and they win that one over the 21st ranked Longhorns. So the Commodores maybe have a chance now to be ranked for the first time in this series. We're going to see Bill Benson get the run off of the read option. He's got a 12-yard carry. 1st and 10 now. Davis looking to throw. Delayed screen. Landon Sampson pushing his way inside the 5, and this, like, that is a 2nd and 2. Davis going to hand it off to Ryan Clayton. Can't get there. So Robertson brings them down. Now a 3rd and 1. Braden Davis goes to Jimmy Lucas. Can he get the first down? He does. And now a 1st and goal. 4 plays to win it. Davis, play action bootleg. Goes to Lucas. It's a touchdown off of the play action boot, and Jimmy Lucas gets his first touchdown catch in a while as they fullback out of the bootleg. Braden Davis patient today despite the turnovers, and he delivers a strike to win the game. Man, what a performance by Braden Davis. That last interception at the end of the quarter, at the end of exhibition, I'm not going to count that. So 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. What a day. He really persevered. 238 yards through the air and only sacked 3 times. It might seem like a lot, but compared to last year, 3 sacks is like nothing for this offensive line. So maybe a bit of an improvement there. Johnny King had his one throw that really, really impressed me there in that first quarter, I believe, to get us a big 3rd down conversion. That I believe that drive resulted in a touchdown. Brandon Hammond took him a little bit to get going, but at the end of the day, 21 carries, 105 yards, no touchdowns, but still a good job, getting going late in that half. Ryan Clayton didn't really get his legs moving. Brandon Hammond also 3 catches, 15 yards, and impressive performance for him through the air. A couple of big 1st down scampers there late in that game. Brandon Robinson had the first passing touchdown of the year, or receiving touchdown, I should say. 3 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. DJ Long, 3 for 58 and no touchdowns. Jimmy Lucas had 1 for 2 and a touchdown to win the game. The loyal senior fullback who doesn't get a lot of playing time. A good job there. Quentin Beck also, do not underestimate his touchdown to tie it there at the end of exhibition, as we sneak out of here with a win. Way too stressful as an opening season opener, but I mean, it's got to be. There's no way you can't love college football with a finish like that. The Gamecocks are going to walk away 1-0. That's all that matters. Maybe the Seminoles are better than they have been the last few seasons because they really, really impressed me on offense and on defense. Steven Turner had his one, moment in the light. A.J. Duffy had about 100 passing yards and a touchdown, but do not overlook their rushing yards. I mean, they struggled in the first half to run it, and then they just obliterated our rushing defense in that second half. We did get to their quarterback 6 times, sacking them, which I'm impressed with. Duffy finished with 17 of 53. It probably would have been more like 17 of 100 if we hadn't sacked him so much. Rodney Hill with 12 for 126, and Eric Meadows, no yards technically, but he had a touchdown. Not an impressive receiving game, but a touchdown through the air to Rodney Hill. Defensively, this team was very good. I think I kind of expected their defense to be a little less cover heavy. Obviously, that third interception was just a Hail Mary, so I'm not going to, like, hold that against Braden Davis or anything. But still, those other 2 interceptions, just a good job by the Seminoles defense of covering everybody where they needed to be covered and stopping any receivers from getting open. But I'm impressed with how this team persevered. We got punched in the face early on there in that, first quarter with that interception, but we came back and we won it. Vanderbilt upsets the Longhorns. That's an impressive win. This SEC is looking like anybody's conference here in week 1, and I think we have a chance to go to our 3rd straight SEC championship if we play like this, but limit those turnovers going forward. Next week, we will have to visit Athens, Georgia, as last year they were the only team to beat us up until the SEC championship game where Alabama upset us in stunning fashion. The Bulldogs haven't played a game yet. They are on a bye week to start the year. Then they take us on in week 2. Georgia, a very talented roster as always, and they're ranked number 11. Expect them to jump up probably with us. And, man, the Bulldogs have a great opportunity to upset us, but we're going to have to look to, overcome that and get a big win to start the season. Before this episode ends, I just want to say thank you guys for coming back and watching this series. I had a bit of a crazy December to start the month and, end of November. Didn't upload much because final exams, college final exams, the last few weeks get really crazy studying and, trying to take them at a certain time. But I am on winter break right now. I'm a little sick. I assume you can probably hear that in my voice, but I'm still getting over that. I woke up last night, really, or I kind of got a sore throat last night, so I'm kind of feeling a little sick. But I wanted to get this video out for you guys so we can go ahead and get Season 5 underway with a big, big win. I thank you all for watching this one. If you do enjoy, if you're new, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you always get a notification whenever I upload for this series or my other Sonic series that I'm going on with right now. Make sure to check that out if you haven't. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Adios.